Well, hello, I am here with Combat Actions Vietnam, a new game released by Digital Gameworks, published by HPS Simulations. This is supposed to be an interactive, fun, and low complexity game. This is the same company that brought us DEFCON 2, the Missiles of October before. This game was quite simplistic, very easy to understand, very easy to move the pieces around. But there is something off in this game that doesn't allow many players to win. It's something like it puts you at a disadvantage. Unnecessarily, in my opinion. It became old really very fast when you play 15 games and just win one. It doesn't make too much sense to me. It feels like a wheel of fortune. On the bright side, they also brought us this game called Patriot Battles. I like this much better than DEFCON 2, and as you will see, I like it better than even Combat Actions Vietnam. At least in this one you have a chance to win. But anyway, let's not get derailed with this other game. And let's go back to Combat Actions. This game is single player. You can play only as the US side. There are many types of missions listed here. I'm usually playing search and destroy missions. They are quite fun and very nice to play. And you can have different setups for the jungle type, the complexity of the terrain. You can have moderate, heavy, whatever you want for additional mobility and line of sight. And then you can play commanding a squad or a platoon. Usually you get two squads per platoon, which is kind of not that much fun. And then you have fire support, which in the case of at least search and destroy missions doesn't come too often, which is, yeah, you know, meh. I'm not expecting to get an airplane overflying us or an artillery mission every time I ask for it, but at least, you know, some sort of consistency happens occasionally every other turn, or maybe just once sometimes in a single game. And then you have the NBA and the Viet Cong. You can set different types of missions for them. I don't know when it comes to support, what type of support they can get, and their commitment, moderate and whatnot. So let's start. This is your starting screen, and as you can see, the terrain is partitioned into axes. The scale of the axis is not mentioned in the manual. It is abstracted. The thing that is not abstracted is that every icon right here, and I am zooming in, I'm zooming in into them. They're like blocks, which is fine. It'd be great to have some little figurines moving around. Every icon is a single person, like this guy over here, which is, if you follow my cursor, is called the FNG. For some reason, he's a very raw recruit. So you have some stats for it, like, you know, his experience, what is he doing, his morale status, what weapons he has, and the range, and grenades, which I rarely had the chance to use. Another thing that is missing is, you know, every person is given like a state name. I suppose this guy is from Minnesota. I don't know, I'm just making up the story. But, you know, it would be great to have some names on them if it is so, you know, down and dirty as the game developer claims to be. So, with that being said, let's just make our first moves. We have just started the game. We were deployed by the helicopter, I suppose. And, well, quite a spread. It looks like the spread of the troops is completely unnecessary. I don't know why they bring you this. You need to, you know, like you drop it from The stratosphere, these guys, the scattering is just terrible. I don't know what's the purpose of that, but anyway, if you land by helicopter, it's supposed to be pretty close together anyway. I'm not taking it too seriously because it's supposed to be fun. So anyway, every unit, when you click on them, you will see a shadow terrain around them. That's the movement allowance that they do have. And this is quite an open map. So we're going to try to do something goofy, like moving using a trail. And we're going to put our best troops up front. You can see I'm moving my elite troops right up front. And let's see how it works from there. One important consideration for this game. Two units cannot share the same X, which is kind of a very strange thing. And let me tell you why. It's not that I do care. It could be like, you know, some sort of tactical separation, 10 meters, whatever. I'm not looking into putting scales into this game because I understand that the developer didn't want to put it. But hey guys, you know, if these two guys cannot share the same X, why the range is so low for a machine gun? For a machine gun, the range is 6, and let me tell you, to be effective, you need to be around 3 axes of range to actually have a chance to produce some really nice damage. So it doesn't make any sense, that range, to be honest, and that was very disappointing in this game. Like, why the range is so limited if the spacing between two people is so short? What are they shooting? They're shooting Nerf guns or paintballs or BB guns from an airsoft gun? Kind of very weird. But nonetheless, let's try to move into contact, and let me show you the other aspect that smells a bit funny in this game engine. I'm gonna start to be a bit more careful, because as soon as you get into contact and you have not been careful, it is a bloodbath. So let's just start. Oh my god, I just moved the raw recruit over there at the top of the column. That was not a good idea. Let's put this guy, the machine gunner, who has the M60, right into the jungle patch. Let's hope that this guy doesn't get it. I want to start to concentrate my troops on the west side of that trail over there. Other thing, you see, US turn number 3. Basically this is a good thing added to the game. The turns are not fixed. As soon as you consume all your command points, the turn will advance automatically. And right now what do you see? It is that this command unit has become too separated from these and these infantrymen. That's why their bases are red right now, because they're out of command. So let's move them a bit closer to the command unit. You see, they can almost move like 1, 2, 3 axes in open terrain during one turn, or using all their command points, and probably that's going to be the distance that they can shoot at effectively. So why? Turns are popping up. So let's use this, which is for recon. Ask this new guy to conduct some reconnaissance. And he saw the enemy. Whoa, they're jumping onto us. Okay, so this fellow with the M60 is gonna be moving right there, and we're going to try to close with the other units. I'm forcing this guy to move through open terrain, hoping that the distance is... And there you go. You see? This is the other thing of the game that is particularly very interesting. Look at this. We have MVA units, veteran, veteran, which is kind of fair. But many times in this game I have played games where almost all the MVA units were veteran. And this impacts gameplay terribly because they don't break down, they don't get hit that well, and they shoot like snipers. So there is some sort of, you know, artistic license that is going too far to the side of the Vietnamese. So that thing, what is that sound? That sound, every time I hear that pop, somebody goes down in a pool of blood. Fortunately, this time nothing happened. But it's time to bring up all the other guys into contact right away. Moving the units is pretty easy. Going to rally this unit using this flag. The guy can shoot. And for shooting, you can select the target that you want to shoot specifically, or you can just press this automatic button for, let's call it, I mean in the manual they call it combat, but I suppose it's just fire. In this case I'm worried about this guy over here, and I have a lot of chances of having a good hit, so I'm gonna shoot him. And there we go. Caught him in the open, and he went down. That pool of blood animation is kind of a bit over the top. We're turn number 6 now. We're consuming our command points very, very rapidly. If I move this guy, which is a veteran unit, a veteran soldier, I'm gonna be leaving it too close from the 3 axis range, and with a lot of chances of getting punished with a lot of fire. So I'm gonna leave it around and wait for the MVA or whatever units are these to close by themselves. Ay, ay, ay. They're shooting at this guy. Changing my mind right now. So this is a heavy machine gun. It has this one right here, an MVA. Oh, what is this? Hold on a second. This is an MVA, correct? It's an SKS, a light machine gun or a heavy machine gun, I don't know. It kicks a lot. So better kill it as soon as you see it. I want to instruct this guy. The range is not good, but it's worth a try at least for pinning him down. And also I'm gonna ask this guy to shoot at it. Nothing happened. Again, veteran, veteran, veteran. There's too many veterans in this North Vietnamese army. So this guy has an M79, which is, I believe, a grenade launcher. We're just gonna leave it alone because the range is quite limited, so it needs to shoot around 1 or 2 X's. We're going to leave it to defend us against a close assault by the MVA. And there we go. Somebody shoot at us, and look at that. Look at that. This guy shot at my elite M60 machine gunner. This guy, conscript. This guy, in a dense jungle, heavily protected by line of sight and whatnot, panicking. Good shooting, conscript. Anyway, continue. We lost somebody over there. Again, I don't know who that was. I don't remember exactly. But why that thing happened? He's in dense jungle. I took a rocket. I can take it. I understand it. It was shot by this RPG, which is also a veteran. I'm gonna move these guys over here. And there we go, game over. You can say from here that the game is freaking over. And it is fair to say that I should have seen that all these North Vietnamese units over here, they're going to hit my tip of the column right there and make it like a bloodbath. That's fair, bad tactics from my side. But as you have seen in the individual firing resolutions, there were some serious questionable things that I don't like about it. So as we continue playing, this is a lost battle, I can tell from here. The main thing that I have about this game, it is that sense of the MVA overrepresented, like Uberized, if you will, with all the tables. Maybe the engine is not able to differentiate between this or that, but putting that many veteran units on the other side and giving them the same marksmanship, if you will. There seems to be something odd in this whole game, which it may compel you to load another game, another scenario, and start from scratch. But so far I can tell you that something smells funny under the hood of this game engine, and it appears to be coming from the compartment that holds the fire resolution tables, if you will. Like the marksmanship of these MVA fellows is just too high. Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. I don't feel very well about this game. And, until it's patched, I'm gonna give it a very nice pass. And, That's it.